You are responsible for what goes on in your social life. This is what a school worker said to me when I was in my phase of getting bullied 5 years ago. And during that time, I stood alone on a school court because I had no friends, and I was feeling like the clown, as you can imagine. Nobody wanted to talk with me. I was just a little chubby kid standing there, eating my little bread alone, looking at the girl that I liked but was too afraid of talking to. Thinking about if I'm gonna fake sick tomorrow so I don't have to go to school. And then, of course, the next day I stayed in bed, told my mother that I was sick, lied to her, so that they worried and actually got a date for the hospital for me so the surgeons could look into my stomach if there was something wrong with me. They found nothing. Even when I think back to the story, I feel kind of sad for the younger guy, which was me. And even today, I see lots of people on my school courts which seem to walk around with the wrong people. They don't even smile. They just walk behind their friends, their friend group, do whatever they do. And if they are not around, okay, cool, they are just hiding on the toilet or walking around alone with their face down because they feel like the clowns which have no friends. If this sounds somewhat like you, this is the first change your mind frame which you have to do. That you are responsible for the things that go on in your social life or do not go on in your social life. Because I know what it feels like to be in the victim role, to look at everything and overanalyze everything that goes on in your life. Thinking, okay, the athletes are out for me because they don't speak to me and sometimes laugh, and they might laugh about me actually because I've got this fat stomach. No, this is not what it's all about. You can't just analyze every little thing. So let me tell you that if you made small changes and scaled them up over time in your social life, your life would improve by 200%. And I'm saying this with honesty, 200%. Upgrading my social life to the point where I can speak to everybody, even though I didn't know how to speak to people 4 years ago, was the biggest improvement in my life. Even above sport, I've recently thought, okay, sports is amazing, they've upgraded my body, but I actually think it was the social skills which I hadn't developed because I played video games all day. So please, look into your social life right now. Are you content with it? Is this what you actually want? Are these the friends that you want? Because again, you are responsible for the things that go on in your social life. So if you've got no friends right now, ask yourself, what is actually hindering me from finding the right people? Because I bet to you, there is actually nothing that is a real concept of why you won't get friends. It's mostly in your head. Because you've lived this life where you don't feel as though anybody would look out for you, as if anybody cared for you. Maybe your parents, but maybe you've even had some childhood experience which led to you thinking, okay, and even my parents do not think about me enough. So, with that in mind, I want to give you some actionable steps to actually get you out because maybe you don't know what to do, right? So, the first thing, which I speak from my experience, I had no friends and it was difficult speaking to people because, oh, of course, I played Fortnite and didn't speak to anybody, but the first step is actually the most uncomfortable one. It's like you have this giant entry point which you have to climb first to build up the courage to. And after you've reached that, you go up the roller coaster, you're at the top, you finish the goal of speaking to somebody, and then it gets easier. Slowly over time, you just reach the level of where it gets easier. And now imagine you could talk to everybody that you wanted to in the way that you wanted to, with authenticity and not having these overthinking beliefs in your mind that just say, okay, what if he's gonna laugh at me? And you know what I'm saying, right? You are enough. I can't stress this enough how my little me thought, okay, nobody would actually like me because I'm this, I have good grades in school, but I can't talk to anybody. There's a lot of people like you actually. If you look around you in the school court, just look at it. You will see at least two guys which also don't have their real friends yet. And most likely they are somewhat similar to you, right? Now you could go team up with those because they also don't know how to speak. So you can grow as a friendship pair, you know. The second one is if you are not content with what your friends are doing right now, how they are treating you, you are also responsible for how they will treat you. So we can imagine, okay, you're in the social circle right now. It comes to worst case where you're the clown in the group, but you actually feel so attached to them that you want to stay. But they laugh at you. And now what are you going to do? You just take it and get into the role of being the clown. Because okay, you make them laugh, it's good, right? If they laugh at you, they most likely have no respect for you, and you would want friends that respect you, right? Of course you do, everybody wants to. It's like this normal belief. It's this normal connection that we crave for. So if there are friends that don't treat you like with the appreciation you would want, hop out. Seriously, just hop out. You can give them your gift of being a funny guy, maybe. But then they don't respect you. So what's it worth? Getting nothing back from them except for identity that will degrade you over time. If you're the clown every time, you will be the clown in situations where it just doesn't fit. And suddenly, you've shaped your identity in a way where you just feel you have to make people laugh, and if they don't laugh, then you're the sad one. So, your friends drink some alcohol, you don't like that they vape. Okay, this is also up to you. Do you want to stay with them? Are they good enough friends that you would look beyond those bad habits? That you actually stay with them? Or do you have such high ambitions that you would just want to run through every hindrance? Okay, they try to get you into temptation to drink alcohol. A lot, because they would drink alcohol, right? Is it worth getting into that temptation? Because eventually you might do it. You can say, oh no, I'm not going to do it, but maybe eventually, especially if you're not so confident in yourself, you would make things that makes the others look at you better, right? You just want to be in a better light. And we can say, oh no, 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 but let's be honest, have some humility. Would you drink the alcohol if they said, yeah, here's the Bacardi, come on, please, just one, please, please, please? Would you say yes? Because not gonna lie, 2 days ago was uh, I was out with friends, and they did the unexpected. They pulled up to the playground and pulled out a bottle of raspberry Bacardi, and one guy just drank from it. He got so drunk to the point where I was feeling a bit weirded out. He got up to me and was pushing me, come on, please, just drink with me once, please. And it was so weird. I don't consider these my close friends, but they are people that go into my gym and I somewhat keep in contact with them. I didn't drink or anything, by the way. I said no, and this was good. But if you have people that influence you in a way that makes you feel bad, and that you also shape yourself into a worse identity, because your social life is also yourself. People don't believe this, but your social life and what goes on in your head, it is your social life. You yourself are your social life because you will have the interactions. You will have 100% of the interactions in your life, right? And please, if you're close to the point, and please, if you're close to the point to speaking to some guys you want to play the ball game with, then please, I want to give you the push. Do it. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, they, worst case, like crazy, they would laugh at you. Okay, so what? And then best case, you get 3 friends that you can actually spend your breaks with. So you would see why you could eventually get up to 200% of a better life, and it's that important. And I can't stress this enough, honestly. So please keep on it and build up the courage. I know you can do it. I've also made a video on rewriting your identity as an introvert so that you actually like to talk to people. Just look onto my channel. I'm sure there are some things that interest you. I also have a Discord channel in the description. Join that. Until then, stay safe and see you soon.